So I had a really good weekend, I'm not gonna lie. In terms of boxing, I managed to see Jake Paul get knocked out by AJ. Which I wasn't sure was gonna happen, I'm not gonna lie, but I'll save that for another video. And I managed to see Andrew Tate hold the biggest L in history, which I was here for all day. I do not like Andrew Tate. I wouldn't say I'm a hater in as much as I really dislike his message. I dislike his impact. I dislike, a lot of what we see in the alt-right, a lot of it starts, the entry drug to a lot of this is the red pill movement. That's what captures a lot of these people from young. And what you'll find is their negativity. It's a cult. And cults, I measure cults by two things. A, does the owner make a lot of money? And B, does it make the people who join it better or worse people? If the owner gets rich and the people who join this thing end up really committed and worse human beings, then that, for me, I kind of classify you're in some kind of cult. And you'll find everyone who follows Andrew Tate, A, a lot of them will give him their money, and B, a lot of them will just become really horrendous human beings. They'll become misogynistic and hate women, and they'll ultimately become racist and hate black people and other minorities. That's what happens. They end up blaming everyone else, and all that happens is it's just basically a shortcut to white male supremacy. That's what a lot of these red pillars end up being. And it doesn't matter what race they are, by the way, to be clear. It doesn't matter if you're Andrew Tate and my dad's black, whatever he says, or you're Stevie Knight and you're fully black. It doesn't matter, because you're still gonna buy into this ideology, and for some reason they go hand in hand. So anyway, it was nice to see Andrew Tate lose. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but what it's done is it's revealed the final boss, the full annihilation of the red pill community in a very unexpected package, and that is the super questionable, the zesty, the almost asexual Chase the Moore.
I thought that. Oh my. How you say we're fucked in French? On est dans la merde.
I'm in a new setup, by the way. This is a new setup. I'm actually recording this using OBS Studio, which I haven't tried before. So this is either going to work or it's not going to get uploaded. But hey, I got my sound effects on tap as well. It's all good. Now, some of you are going to be looking at my screen right now. I'm thinking, what in the zesty hell have I walked into? And I don't blame you, because I'm not gonna lie, it's very suspect. It's very paused. The image to the right of me is very, very paused. But I've got this on the screen deliberately because this person on my screen is called Chase the Moore, and essentially he has single-handedly dismantled the manosphere. He has single-handedly bodied the overtly false and hyper masculine red pill movement. Single-handedly. This guy to the right of me, who I think we'd agree from this image is moving a little bit sus. Let's be totally honest with you. But hey, he did it, and I shout out to him. Shout out Chase the Moore, because this actually is a tale that has parts to it. So I'm going to take you through this tale because I think this guy has earned himself a little bit of a spotlight. So I'm going to let you get a little taste of Chase the Moore. Pause.
You guys know who I'm fighting. Let's talk about it for a minute. He might have more followers than me, and the Bugattis and the yachts and the helicopters and all that great stuff. But that's all fine and dandy. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to get in my 2004 Honda Civic. We're going to drive to the same arena. We're going to have the same people wrapping our hands. We're going to get in the same ring. And we're going to have the same amount of time to punch each other up. And let me tell you what's going to happen. I am the Matrix. I am the guy that you now have to answer to. I'm the judge, I'm the juror, and I'm the executioner. I am the worst punishment that you could ask for. All those people out there, I just want you guys to know I'm gonna make this man pay. I'm the first guy he's stepping in the ring with since all of this crap came out about him, since he became famous, since he was the most Googled man in the world. I'm gonna let you know, you don't need Bugattis, you don't need yachts, you don't need women, you don't need cigars. All you need is a road to run on and a pair of boxing gloves. I'm gonna go put an end to top G. I'm top C. What happens when you send a cobra to the goat?
I love the fact that he's so zesty, like unadulteratedly zesty. This guy is like literally not even trying to, he's very, very secure in the fact that he comes across as a little bit, you know, very secure in that. And I'm cool, you know what? Shout out to him, because I can't stand the red pill movement. Honestly, I can't stand it. The reason I can't stand it is probably different from the reason other people can't stand it. I don't like it because it's very clearly a part of a conveyor belt of behavior that leads to anti-black racism. And that's got to bring me on actually to part 1 of this tale. And that's the first time I heard about Chase the Moore, because he was fighting a guy called Stevie Knight. Now, interesting backstory with Stevie Knight. I knew about Stevie Knight before I knew he was an influencer. So when I started checking out his content, it was kind of from a personal recommendation. I'd met him a couple of times. I'm not going to go into the whole story about that. That's neither here nor there. But I started checking out his content, you know, wanting to support him as a person that I knew personally. And I started checking out his content. This is a few years ago. This is before I even had my channel or any of my channels. And I realized very quickly, I was like, this dude's racist, man. You know, I thought he was supposed to be in the manosphere. And all these people are posting me, oh, this dude, you know, he's good manosphere, blah, blah, blah. And got into that, this dude's just racist. Is this what a manosphere is? This is before I knew everything that was going down in that space. And I was like, I could clearly see this guy did not like black people. And so I unsubscribed, and at that time I was subscribed to Night Talk and Stevie Knight's channel. I unsubscribed from both. I was like, this dude don't like black people. I ain't really got time for people who don't like black people. And obviously he's black, so, you know, that already is a bit of a problem. Now, we know more recently he had this kind of like more public spat with Abba and Preach, and they really exposed him for the anti-black racist that he is. And I was actually there for all of that. I really enjoyed that.
White Zaddy, my White Zaddy. Why Charlie Kirk is my White Zaddy? Why you gotta be a White Zaddy? Kirk my daddy. I could care less. Yeah.
But before that happened, he had this fight. So a couple of years ago, I was told by a friend, oh, Stevie's fighting. And that brings us to Chase the Moore part 1. So I checked out some of Chase's fights, and you have to understand how bad this guy is at fighting. So aside from the fact that he is super zesty, he quite possibly, no, I'm going to correct that. He definitely is the worst in terms of technique person to ever put on a pair of gloves. And I'm not saying that to hate. When I saw him fight, I literally could not believe how bad he was. And if you don't believe me, check this out. I mean, I'm sure you can see in terms of boxing technique, he quite possibly is one of the worst boxers that I've ever come across, even in the influencer space. That's like no technique. So when Stevie and him were scheduled to fight, it was supposed to be pretty textbook, open and shut case, as long as Stevie weren't completely hopeless, because they were very similar in kind of weight. As long as he weren't completely hopeless as a fighter, he's got to go in there and hopefully steamroll this guy. Let's see how Stevie got on.
Have to find some answers in between rounds. That is way too much. Then they storm the ring. Hit him several times when he's down.
And it was funny, he's doing that Adesanya celebration there, because Adesanya had just beaten, I think, Pereira, and had done that celebration. But it's like he went in there and he hit him about 60 extra punches. But the bottom line is, like, regardless of if he got disqualified, which is what happened in this fight, he actually got disqualified for those extra hits after the bell. He completely steamrolled Stevie. So that was Manosphere #1 down the pan, totally and utterly destroyed, and it was absolutely hilarious to watch. I'm not gonna lie, man, that was like too funny. So that brings us on to his fight with Andrew Tate. Now, Andrew Tate, being the very smart businessman, obviously saw a vulnerability and an opportunity to enter the YouTuber influencer boxing space and to basically get the belt.
Again, he says you've never experienced that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I fought K1 China, K1 Japan, but I understand what you're saying in terms of the Western world.
Yeah.
And I'm there to get the job done. I understand what he's saying, but it's obviously things I've thought about and my team have considered. And we're prepared for all of these things. We're prepared for the size of the event. We're prepared for the size of Chase. We're prepared for him to be 110 kilo. We've been sparring for that. We're preparing for that. And he's right. One shot is all we need at heavyweight boxing.
After I knock you out, can I get a free membership to the real world?
I don't think you're gonna knock me out, Chase. And truthfully, and I state this with respect for you, going in there believing you're gonna knock me out easily is the biggest mistake you're ever gonna make in your fucking life. I promise you that. I'm not a fucking idiot, Chase. You understand me? So I think you should take this a lot more seriously, have a little bit more respect for me. I'm now your boss. I respect you as an opponent. I respect you as an athlete. And don't be walking through life saying I'm gonna knock Andrew out like it's nothing. Because it's not gonna happen like you think it is.
Because this guy, believe it or not, was the heavyweight champion. Somehow he was going in fight after fight, I don't understand, and winning. He was winning with these kind of like slapping technique. I mean, he's a very big lad. There's no two ways about it. He's very big, he's a big lad. He's muscular, but also just naturally big, kind of like AJ with those big, massive hands. And so he's a big guy. But the bottom line is he has no technique. So Andrew Tate just saw this and thought, oh yeah, I'm going to steamroll this guy. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to show him what for. That didn't happen for the Top G. Top G got totally and utterly annihilated. And it was glorious to watch. I'm not even going to lie. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Even with this entire backdrop and with Chase's confidence and everything taking place, I still backed Andrew Tate. Because in my mind, I was like, anyone with any modicum of even a trace amount of boxing talent should be able to deal with this guy. And Andrew Tate comes from kickboxing, semi-successful kickboxing career, combat sport. I mean, the writing should have been on the wall from the ring walk. When I saw Andrew Tate like in the ring and he stands so effeminately, and I'm not one to make judgments, but I'm telling you, like, there's something not aligned. There's something not masculinely. There's something that is not aligned when Andrew Tate is standing up. He's got a real kind of like hip tilt going on, man. So yeah, and to be clear, I don't like Andrew Tate, okay? I talked about Stevie Knight earlier. I don't like Andrew Tate. He's had many times I've heard him berating the black community like everybody does. It's like everybody's favorite whooping boy is just go in and start talking about black culture and black this and black that and how we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, and just being genuinely disrespectful. And I wouldn't mind that if he did the equivalent to other communities as well. So if I heard him saying that about Mexicans or about whites, I would have no problem with it. It's like, yeah, everybody can get it. Do you understand what I mean? But it's kind of like when people just reserve all of their negativity and bile for the black community, that straight away is gonna give you a big X in my regard. And then when they try, the worst thing is when they try to use that little crumb of blackness that they have. Oh, my dad is black actually. My dad is black, so actually I have the perspicacity to be able to make these statements, and you don't have the proclivity to make sure. Shut up, Andrew. Respectfully, like, shut the hell up, man. Like, I ain't got time for him, you know. So I was looking forward to him getting his dressing down, and it came. So yeah, big shout out to Chase Demore. Let's have a look at the final annihilation of Andrew Tate.
Like this, big uppercut, and he's down. Talking about fatigue. Here's a look at Andrew Tate. His body language not great.
He's exhausted. Holding him down there, still a 220-pound body on top of him. Big right hand, it's over.
Tate looks wobbled.
Yeah, he got hurt right there with that right uppercut. That was a tough shot.
Chase Demore trying to put him away. The Cobra. Hey.
The confidence is growing for Tate to work. A minute and a half left in the fifth round. He lands again.
Chase Demore unloading to strike. Tate eating shot after shot, trying to escape.
This could be the beginning of the end.
49 seconds.
Shot to the body.
Big blow from the champ.
The pop has gone from his feet to clean uppercut, and another, and another. Tate might be done! Chase to more! Can Tate? And he does! Huge uppercut lands clean, but Andrew Tate sums the top.
And I'm not sure if you saw how tight Chase the Moore's shorts were. He was like wearing some black leather booty riders. He just and pink gloves. So he just came for the full emasculation. Andrew Tate was fully emasculated. This like that's a wrap for him. As far as I'm concerned, like that should be a wrap for him. He's been proven to be that his misogyny will move into the realm of abuse. He's been exposed in that regard. He's been exposed for ripping off his followers, and now he's been exposed that he's not even a tough guy. That was the one last thing. Well, Andrew Tate wouldn't beat you up if he got in a ring with you. Well, he got in a ring with Chase the Moore and he got his ass handed to him. Now, if you don't want to watch the fight because it's not worth watching, let me give you something that is worth watching. This is like the best summary of the fight that I came across.
I am the Matrix now. I am the guy that's coming to put you away for good. They have hired me behind secret lines. You're not fast, you're slow, you're old, you're done, buddy. I'm gonna show you why you should never come out of retirement. You're not Terrence Crawford, buddy.
Chase is focused on me. I'm focused on me. This is all about me. The world is focused on me. Without disrespect, I was the most Googled man on the planet, which is why I'm gonna win.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. For the most part, it was very, very hard to watch as a man. I found it really hard to watch. There was some really... there were some points in that fight where I was like, I don't feel comfortable watching this. This didn't feel right. It didn't feel like a fight. It felt far more, yeah, there was a lot of question marks, put it that way.
Big right from Tate.
Pushing him down.
Andrew.
Pushing him down.
He gave a load of excuses after the fight as well. Let's check this out. This is,
You know what?
shh, Top G speaking.
I'm 40 years old. I'm 10 years out the ring.
He's 39, by the way, and he's 1 year older than Terence Crawford and Usyk, who are the current pound-for-pound fighters in the world. But yeah, anyway, carry on with the excuses.
I'd spend a little bit of time in jail and locked in my house.
Your own fault, okay? Maybe you shouldn't commit those kinds of crimes that you've been like. I'm not gonna go into that right now because I know I'm gonna get a lot of haters in the comments. But yeah, okay, let's carry on.
I have a lot going on, but it's okay to lose, but it's not okay to not try.
Let's go.
You have to.
This is so corny as well. There's a reason why you wouldn't hear real boxers making a speech like this, because they go out there, they don't have to prove anything to anyone. They don't have to hustle a bunch of teenagers out of more 50 to several £1,000 courses, you know what I mean, and make them believe that I've got all the answers. Like, I've got all the answers. I'm the top G. If you give me some money, I'm gonna make you successful with women and make your life a success, and you could drive around in the Bugattis like me, the Bugattis. He's got to sell that, so now he's got to salvage what's left of his manhood, which has been taken on all fronts. Let's see him carry on.
You have to try. And he's younger than me, he's 20 kilo bigger than me, he's more active than me. I didn't fight a pussy, I fought the champ, so. I didn't fight a pussy, I fought the champ, so.
He's younger than me. He wasn't saying all of this before. 20 kilos, by the way, they put a weight clause in there as well. So he wasn't even allowed to come in as a heavyweight. They both weighed in at 200 pounds at the weigh-in. So he's making all these excuses. There's no way that Chase the Moore put on 44 pounds before the fight. So in that fight, there's no doubt that Chase the Moore was slightly bigger than him, but he wouldn't have been that much bigger because of the weigh-in, which was 200 pounds. So all of this excuse making, did everything to try and disadvantage Chase the Moore, and still got his ass handed to him and looked terrible in doing so as well. So yeah, there you go. Bottom line is, man, this guy is just no good. He can't scrap, and there's no way anyone who's a professional or ex-professional fighters should be having any problems with him unless they're like 102 years old. Like, you know, Mike Tyson was like 60 years old. Yeah, that's an excuse. 39. You can't be 39 and struggling with this guy. That's an impossibility. So yeah. So yeah, that's it to wrap up. You have Chase Moore, who is now unofficially the Red Pill Killer. He's managed to go in there against the kings of the Red Pill movement and absolutely annihilate them. And Red Pill's dead. Red Pill's already dying, we know this, but the fact that he's actually gone in and beat them at being men, beat them at fighting. Fighting is, that's the man's sport, isn't it? That's where you say, yo, I'm a man, I'm Andrew Tate, kickboxer. Got your ass whooped by this guy. So yeah, shout out Chase Moore. You're doing a service. You're doing a great service. I don't think you realize you're doing a great service. Keep taking out these clowns. I'm here to watch it and be even more zesty in the build up to your next fight. I want to see even more zest. In fact, when you take out your next Red Pill guy, I want you to wear a dress. Wear a dress to the fight and annihilate the Red Pill guy. That would be hilarious but poetic justice. I love to see it and I'm here for it, man. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys have liked it. If you did, hit the likes, make sure you subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.